Hey everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM, and we have a quite interesting set here because it's a 1/72 scale Bronco. So in case you didn't have a space for the previous 148 scale release, here you get a chance to build a smaller model. And of course we have the commercial sample, so this time we get the US attack and observation aircraft, as you can see, version, and it's a D+ here, and the kit number is 72186. So you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. So, and I think you can order it already in Modelimex. So in case you are, let's say you don't want to wait, so just go to their website. You can get all of the fresh releases from ICM there. And the box size here, as you can notice, is quite typical for 1/72 scale release from ICM. We have nice box art, by the way. And then here on the side we have also some information about the kit and also safety advices. This is really cool that they started using the white background, because now I think you can agree it's easier to read what we actually have here. And if I zoom in here, you can check the information about the kit. So it's written that we have 262 parts and the wingspan will be 187, no, actually 170. Why it's written the length and height? I guess it was the wingspan, some misspelling or error here, but we have the length and height, which is not applicable for this aircraft model, obviously. And here you can see also 4 marking options which are included into this kit. We will talk more about them when we will be checking the assembly manual, and of course when we will be taking a look at the decals. So you can notice that the box is sealed with tape, so that's why I'm using the sharp knife in order to open it. In the meantime, I can remind you that we reviewed the previous versions of the Bronco from ICM as well, in whatever scale they produce. You can find it in our YouTube channel, and it's quite easy thing to do. So just type in the Bronco name and you will have a choice of the videos to watch. Okay, so this is the classic design of the packaging for ICM. As you can see, we have this color printed top lid, which is quite flexible. It's not protecting anything, but this white box is actually protecting. So I didn't have any damaged ICM kits even after rough postal shipment, so I think you'll have the same experience. As you can see, we have the assembly manual on the top, we have the small ad for the paints, and then we have assembly parts for the assembly in the resealable plastic bag. So we are going to start with parts, obviously, and then gradually we will continue with other things which are included here. So because it's a resealable plastic bag, it should be quick to open. And because this is the 1/72 scale kit, there are not that many parts. As you remember, parts count is not that huge, but still do not underestimate this model. In some, let's say, areas you will have to have some experience, and I will show you why. So first of all, we start with the sprue A here, and we can zoom in actually a bit. So what you see here are the fuselage house. We also have those tail sections, and we have the separate propellers. We have the dashboard or instrument panel here. We have also the bottom fuselage section here, which is really cool because you won't have the seam gap in the middle. And also we have the bottom sections for the tail booms as well. If I zoom in, you can notice that we have quite nice external features here as well. So we have recessed panel lines and rivets, and it's just a matter of preserving them during the assembly because they are not that deep as it could be. So it's easy to get rid of them with several layers of primer and paint. Here note that we have also some features for the wheel wells, and the same applies to this cockpit area, which is also great. We have, of course, the guiding pins, so do not worry, those things are covered, and this is quite smart design, by the way. Next, we continue with a pair of the sprues, which are the sprue C, and here we have not only the external armament, but we also have the landing gear parts, as well as even the cockpit parts are here, and I will zoom in closer in a few seconds. So let's zoom in, start from this corner. So here you can see some parts for the rocket launcher. Also we have the side consoles for the cockpit, which is really cool. They have some pre-molded features. For some modelers it will be more than enough. Here we continue with some landing gear parts. We also have these bombs, and also we have these wing mechanization elements, which is really cool on 1/72 scale in my opinion. We also have landing gear wheel parts. So for the wheels, I think there are already several aftermarket brands which are producing the 3D printed parts, so it's up to you whether you would like to invest into such upgrade. And here you can see also some parts for the engine gondolas, for the propellers, and for the rocket launchers, of course. So overall, you can notice that the size of these parts, for example, if I place my fingertip here, they are not that huge because this is a 1/72nd scale kit. So be sure to have the right tools and of course use the plastic sole, because otherwise it will be easy to damage these parts and then you will have to fix them somehow. Next we continue with the clear sprue, which is packed into a separate plastic bag. So it's a resealable plastic bag, that's why it's also quick and easy to open, but it's quite smart packaging that it will protect the clear parts from the scratches and damage. Here we have the canopy parts. Overall molding quality looks fine, but I am not sure if we will have the masking templates here. That's something what we will check in the assembly manual. And last but not the least, it's actually the biggest sprue in this kit, because here we have the wing parts and we have several more tail boom panels. But also I should remind you that you can support us with our reviews and also the articles and reports. It's quite easy thing to do. We have the support channel button here, and we also have the big red button on our website, which is donating via PayPal. And of course you are deciding how much we will get, but all of this money are used in order to get some new kits which are reviewed in these videos. So returning back to these plastic parts, as you can see, the overall design looks great. We have pretty much the same external features on these wing parts. This is, by the way, the cockpit base and pilot seats. And if I flip it over here, we have also the guiding elements for easier alignment. Next, we, as you remember, get this small ad for the ICM paints. There is already a huge range of those paints, and there are even special sets for particular kits, for example for this Bronco as well. So if you would like to get all necessary shades in one set, that's definitely a thing to try, especially considering the fact that they are quite nice to use with a brush or airbrush. In both cases they work quite good. Next we continue with decals. Note that here we also get the cockpit decals, but there are no seat belts whatsoever. So if you would like to have a seat belts on your aircraft, it's better to get some PE parts, and they will be visible, so it's a quite good upgrade to consider. And next we have the assembly manual, which is traditionally printed as a large cover brochure, so I will zoom out a bit. And here you can see the short history note. We have technical specifications, we have the paints chart. Next we continue with the parts map, and note that the red color means that those parts will not be used, obviously. Next we start the assembly with the pilot seats. Again, for the pilot seats, I think I saw some upgrade sets as well, so in case you are eager to spend a bit more, then definitely check them out. Next we continue by installing all of this stuff onto the cockpit base. So as I was saying, the cockpit out of the box is quite detailed. For some models in 1/72nd scale it will be more than enough. Next we continue with the fuselage halves. So they are joined together around the cockpit, as you can see. And this tail section, well, it is molded together with this halves, and the same can be said about this nose cone, unfortunately. So here you will have to be careful, and do not forget about the nose weight, which is claimed here to be 5 grams. So it's quite interesting that it's not that huge weight necessary to balance the model. Next we continue with the landing gear wheels. We also install the machine gun barrels, and next we proceed with the wing parts. So here wing is assembled out of several panels, as you remember. We also have to drill some holes for the pylons. If you don't need pylons, don't do this. All wing mechanization parts are separate, which is really cool for a 1/72nd scale kit. Next we have the canopy parts being installed, and for the canopy, as you can see, manufacturer suggests the closed version, even though these sections are molded separately, so you can open them on your model if you would like to. Then we continue with the tail booms, and the assembly operations are pretty much the same, so it's a matter of repeating the same set of actions and maybe also painting them together. Also here you can see the propeller assembly. Next we continue with the landing gear wheels, and what else is here? So we have the masking template, by the way, which is really cool because, as you remember, the canopy is not that easy to mask yourself. We also have the loadout scheme, so we have the fuel tanks, we have also the bombs and rocket launchers, we have the first marking option here. It is from 1990s, actually, quite interesting. Next one is from 1991. Another one from 1991 as well in this sand color camouflage, and another one in this gray. It's early 90s, but it's also quite interesting Marines camouflage. So overall, I think it's a great release for all fans of 1/72nd scale. Of course, I'll be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.